I'm Fish again. Welcome to part 2, because Brainmaster couldn't wait any longer to feed his poor little stomach, so we had to do this in 2 parts. Why I sat here and melted in the heat. If you're ready, Brain, let's resume in 3, 2, 1, resume. So, TC currently 3-0 up. There's 9 minutes left in the game. Looking to be in a comfortable position. They hold on to CP2 at the moment. Big Uber disadvantage for them.
Yeah, Miek went just for the drop, for the pop, exactly.
Yeah, they've lost 2 people to try and pop that off, including the Demoman. They have got the pop out now. Well played to Drackk for making a pop. Spike running Spy.
I don't get why people tend to run away from a Demoman shooting stickies. Why not just go full in his face? Most Demomans are like scared then and don't know what to do.
Yeah, very true. You know, demos when you get up in their face.
Yeah. They're just like, oh, that wasn't planned. Go away!
So, TC have got a numbers advantage. 1 spawner for the red team.
They got a uber advantage, yeah. Just like
apparently your stream is small.
Small?
Yeah, apparently it's small. That's what Mike said.
Oh god, you gotta be kidding me. You wanna do it again?
It's a quarter of the screen. I'd have to reload the whole demo.
Ah, okay, just...
And sit there.
I'm sorry for this inconvenience.
Yeah, Mike said you fixed it.
Yeah.
You haven't missed anything, well, it's only a quarter of a stream. This is kind of still testing phase for us at the moment, so do apologise for that. So SNG is their name, has just picked up first round. Their first round rather. So going to get to another mid for TC. Be interesting to see how they react. 8 minutes left on the clock, 3-1 up. Be interesting what mid they run after the last 2 mids have not been as successful.
Oh. Flaimeee missing his sticky. Getting the sticky bump. He just got a hit on the demo.
Yeah, the red demo is incredibly weak here. They should... TC have pretty much been destroyed.
Nice
again...
Will you get a medic? Ah. Yeah.
So now TC are facing a situation of... Obviously, the red team should roll this rounds. So all TC really wanted to do is try to make them work for CP2. The only good thing is the red demo man is down at the moment.
Watch Spike. Oh, he's been seen.
Now the situation here, the 2 scouts should be swapping out. It's pointless to run 2 scouts, and it's pointless to lose a scout there as well. They've only picked off a soldier. I mean, they've picked off 2 kills, which is fine in itself, but I'd much rather they heavied it up. Oh, yeah. 1 scout has gone heavy now, so they've used the Uber. It's going to be very difficult for them to hold on to this. Doing a pretty good job at the moment, not far off Uber.
Yeah, he's gonna have it. Ah, no.
Nope. Gets taken down.
Come on, Miek, be the hero. Now what, 6 minutes left?
A little bit unlucky, I suppose, from TC not to hold on to that. Good work by SNG, they got in, they got their frags. The issue is, if you're facing an Uber disadvantage on Granary Last, you do want to scale it up. Have a heavy, have a sniper, have something to make them use the Uber earlier. So if you're running a sniper, it's just the simple fact the medic will pop a little bit earlier than he did there, and they shouldn't be able to get across at you quick enough, so you should be able to hold on to it. Gonna see another mid here. I can't actually see Flaimeee. Flaimee's gone top, so Demoman's chosen to go a different way. They're running out of different mids here coming from the right sides. You can see Scout going on to Dagun has not been dealt with, but they have picked up 2 frags themselves. TC are right to stay in here, in my opinion. They're right, they've taken out the demo. They might still have a medic up.
We're gonna have
TC are playing quite well.
Make them pop? Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Now they've popped, you know, mission accomplished for me. They should just fall out, get numbers back. It's good work for them to stay in on CP3. And they're 3-2 up, there's 5 minutes left. Now it's kind of a case of just delaying time a little bit. But the issue there for me is 2 people have gone back into mids, which is really not the right choice at all. You need to group up with your medic now. Now is the time where you need to get together as a team. Dagun has not got a heavy class to heal. Flaimeee threw himself in to die for no particular reason at all at that mids. Someone needs to say to them, look, when it's gone, just accept it's gone and rebuild. This team are more than good enough, TC that is, are more than good enough to hold on to a point and push back out. So I can't see why you would sacrifice another 2 people. So from going from a good situation, like making them use the Uber at CP3 and getting the Uber advantage is equal again, they've gone to a bad situation. He's got a slight Uber advantage on them. They didn't have enough to hold on to the yards here. They've had to hold into CP2. And how they're holding here is not the right way to hold. The scout needs to move out to garage. You can't group everything up in this left side. Again, they've lost 2 classes here. A scout and a soldier's gone down. And for me, this is the time when you keep people alive, you keep 6 versus 6, you really make them work for this point, you make them work as hard as possible. Demo's gone back in, they need to just go back in, just pop your Uber and go back in. Just need to be a little bit quicker going back in here. I'm gonna find... the red team will probably try to stop this. There is something floating around last. Dagun needs to kind of just help the demo cap that, because that's going to happen. If Dagun had been on that point, helping the Demoman cap, they would have actually capped that, and that wouldn't have been a round 1. So the issue is with them pushing in, they've pushed a demo and a medic in with no scout. There's nothing to cap a point, and at the end of the day, you can get as many kills as you like. If you don't cap a point, you're not going to win a round. Points, caps are what really matters. So 3-3 at the moment, moving back onto mid. The red team have all the momentum in their favour. They were 3-0 down and now 3-3. TC starting to struggle a little bit. I can see they're going back to their very first mid. Flaimee's gone down too early again. Can't afford to lose a Demoman that early. Dagon's got nothing to heal, which has forced a soldier back to the floor. They're trying to stay in here, but Dagon's just basically in a death area. He's trying to hold in a corner where you can get easily spammed. But Miek and the scout have gone absolutely massive there. They've done really well to pick up 3 kills between them. They're going to move back on. Uber's been used. They just need to group up here, get some health, and now move back out and get onto the point. So even though Flaimeee died, they've done really well at that mid. The soldiers have played incredibly well. They should cap this back a little bit. Dagun very lucky there from Stickies. Probably a bad choice from Spike to go forward there. You want your 2 scouts to cap the point. They need to get into this habit of capping the points quicker. For me, TC are not putting ×4 on the cap quick enough, and it was evident in the last round when they lost on that CP2, purely because they didn't have anything to cap apart from a demo, and the medic chose not to jump on with him. Here is a situation where Dagun should just be using his Uber through the door. You've got a nice Uber advantage, you want your demo man in with you. You've now lost your demo. The soldier's going to try to kill the medic. Drackk has gone incredibly... Drackk has done incredibly well there. They should cap off CP2, which they have done. So now they're in a great position for last. 1 minute 30 left on the clock. Red soldier trying to stay in here. And now scouts coming around from behind. This is a little bit better from Dagun for me. He's keeping a little bit closer to a soldier. Still running across a very risky point. If a sniper or something was opening that door, then his head could be very much taken off by a sniper. But they've chosen not to run a sniper, they've got a pyro instead.
Pyro on granary last?
For me, a pyro granary last doesn't really work.
Yes.
Purely because the entrances are too far apart and you've got to choose the right entrance. Again, for me, with this Uber advantage, I'd be pushing down the right sides. I'd push down the right side a lot quicker, straight onto their team, straight with the demo and the soldier to Uber in. They're playing very well here, TC. They're picking up some frags.
Getting straight capture time.
Oh.
That's pretty good.
Okay. They've capped. So yeah, I mean, for me that was a good game to watch. A little bit of feedback for TC is kind of the feedback I've given before. I've used their demo this time, so they didn't have any demos on hand, and I wanted to get the first video up for Vanilla. So my feedback to TC, as always, is just get Flaimeee a little bit closer to Dagun. Dagun, use your Ubers a little bit earlier than what you are. Dropped a couple of key players there. and just make sure you're capping the point quicker. You need to be thinking about getting ×4 on a cap at all times. You need to be thinking you want quick cap, quick cap, quick cap. It's not about getting everyone killed before you cap. You know, if you're, say, trying to cap CP3, they're going to get a spawn advantage, so you're actually giving them more players to get up if you're not capping quicker. A really nice match to watch, actually, 4-3 on Granary. I've been Fish with Brainmaster on the stream and the occasional voice that you can hear. I've been watching over...
I have one tip for them, one tip. Check for stickies. Then. Check for stickies. They've run so many times past stickies. You can't believe it. Really, okay. Check it. Check
that's Brain's insight after 30 minutes. Check for stickies.
Really?
Well done, Brain. Check for stickies. I'll write that down because now I could be a Prem medic because I'll check for stickies.
You already are, man.
I've been Fish. Brain's been on the stream. You've been watching TC Reditio, which is a Latin word apparently. Spike told me earlier. I can't remember what it means because I'm useless. I've been Fish on behalf of VanillaTV. Hope you enjoyed the video. Any feedback, you can find me in IRC. I do appreciate some feedback to make these videos a little bit better. Whether some of the stuff I say is not worthwhile, but feedback would be nice from you guys if you do have any. And of course I do need some Source TV demos to review. Brain and I will try and do as much as we can, but it is about what time we get together and how many demos I've got available to me. So hopefully we'll get another demo done soon.